All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we're diving into something that sounds straight out of science fiction, but is actually happening right now.
Yeah, this is big.
We're talking about AI that can use computers.
Like, actually use them.
Yeah, like us. Not just voice commands,
Right.
but seeing the screen, clicking, typing.
The whole 9 yards.
I mean, think about the possibilities.
Seriously. It's wild.
And we dove deep into some announcements from Anthropic, the company behind the AI called Claude.
Claude's been making waves.
Oh, yeah.
And this latest stuff is
Let me tell you,
next level.
it's seriously next level stuff.
Absolutely.
So for those who haven't met them yet, who or what is Claude?
Well, Claude is an AI assistant, like a much more advanced version of, Siri or Alexa.
Okay, but we've seen AI assistants before. What makes Claude different?
Well, this latest version, they're calling it Claude 3.5 Sonnet.
Okay.
It's the first publicly available AI that can actually use computers like we do.
Yeah.
And there's an even faster, more affordable version on the way called Claude 3.5 Haiku.
Use computers like we do. AI doesn't have hands, so how does that even work?
Right. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Anthropic, they decided to teach Claude general computer use,
Okay.
not just specific tasks.
Interesting.
And get this, they did it by training Claude to count pixels on the screen.
Pixel counting. Seriously.
Seriously. That's how it figures out where things are, like buttons and menus, all that.
Oh, yeah.
So it can actually interact with them.
So it's basically like they taught a computer to see...
In a way, yeah.
Okay, my mind is officially blown.
It's pretty amazing.
But does it actually work? Like, can this pixel counting AI actually use a computer effectively? I gotta be honest, I'm a little skeptical.
Well, you're not alone, but the results are pretty astounding.
Really?
Yeah, they put Claude through its paces with this test. It's called Oswald, specifically designed to see how well AI can use computers.
Oh, wow.
And Claude absolutely crushed it, outperformed all the other AIs by a huge margin.
All right, you've got my attention.
Yeah.
But look, it's early days, right? I bet there have been some pretty epic fails along the way.
Oh, absolutely. There was this one demo, right? Claude's supposed to be helping with a coding presentation.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, it just takes a break.
Like what?
Yeah, and starts browsing photos of Yellowstone National Park.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine the developers' faces?
Oh, that's hilarious. It's like it got bored and decided to plan its digital vacation.
Exactly. But, it's a good reminder, right, that this is still early stage technology.
Yeah.
We're going to have bumps in the road.
For sure.
But the fact that it's already this capable is just
mind-blowing.
mind-blowing, yeah.
I have to ask, though, the question that's probably on everyone's mind.
Yeah.
Could this be dangerous?
But-
We're talking about AI that can control our computers.
Right.
That feels like it could go wrong pretty quickly.
It's a valid concern for sure.
Yeah.
One of the biggest worries, I think, is something called prompt injection.
Prompt injection.
Imagine this. You tell Claude, hey, pay this bill online.
Okay. Yeah.
But a hacker sneaks in some malicious code,
Oh, no.
disguised as your account number or something.
Oh.
And boom, suddenly Claude is sending money to the wrong place.
That's scary.
It is. It is.
So what are they doing to prevent that kind of thing?
Well, Anthropic is very aware of the potential risks.
Okay, good.
They've built in some safeguards, things like special classifiers that can detect misuse.
Oh, interesting.
And they're also being really cautious about letting Claude interact with sensitive systems,
Makes sense.
especially around things like elections,
Yeah, high stakes.
Absolutely.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're taking safety pretty seriously.
They are.
But beyond safety, what's next for this technology? Where do we go from here?
Oh, man. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Really?
I think we're talking about AI that can, seamlessly blend online and offline tasks.
Give me an example.
Okay, imagine telling Claude, plan my vacation, and it books your flights, hotels, sends you a packing list, the whole thing.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind.
Right.
But this also raises some big questions
Oh, yeah, for sure.
about jobs, the economy, how this technology is going to impact our lives.
You're absolutely right.
And we need to talk about those potential downsides because it's not all sunshine and roses, right?
Exactly. There's some real concerns about, jobs being displaced, ethical implications.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to delve into next. Stay with us as we explore the potential impact of AI that can use our computers.
It's going to be a wild ride.
It is.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in all the cool stuff this AI can do.
Right.
But we got to be real. There's some serious things to think about, too.
You're talking about the potential downsides,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like every time there's a big leap in tech, we hear that robots are going to take our jobs thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that something we should actually be worried about here?
That's definitely something to consider.
Okay, so specifically, what kinds of jobs we're talking about? Who needs to be paying attention right now?
Well, think about the tasks that are, kind of repetitive, follow a set of rules,
Mm-hmm.
and are mostly done on a computer.
Okay.
So things like data entry, customer service, even parts of coding and software testing.
Wow. So those are all...
Yeah, those are all areas where an AI like Claude could really shake things up.
That's a lot of jobs potentially affected.
It is?
Are we talking like mass unemployment? Should people be freaking out?
I don't think panic is ever helpful,
Right.
but I think we need to have some honest conversations about how this is going to shift the job market.
Yeah.
Because we need to be prepared that some jobs will become automated.
Okay, so no need to panic, but definitely need to be proactive.
Exactly.
What can people do to prepare for this kind of future? Any advice?
It's all about staying ahead of the curve,
Okay.
Focus on the skills that are uniquely human.
Like what?
Things like creativity, critical thinking, the ability to solve complex problems, emotional intelligence, all that.
Yeah.
Those are the things AI is still way behind us on.
So basically, double down on what makes us human.
Exactly. Instead of trying to compete with AI on the stuff it can do faster and better,
Yeah,
we need to focus on where we excel.
that makes sense.
Find that synergy, between human and artificial intelligence.
I like that.
AI handles the boring, repetitive stuff, and that frees us up to do all the higher level thinking.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, but I gotta say, it's still a little unsettling to think about.
Change is always a little scary.
Yeah.
But if you look back through history, every time we have a big tech advancement,
Yeah.
it leads to new jobs, new industries that nobody could have predicted.
You know what it's like? Back in the days of, like, horses and buggies.
Yeah.
Nobody was thinking, oh, the automobile industry is about to explode and create tons of jobs.
Exactly. Just like the Industrial Revolution, totally changed society.
Yeah.
The AI revolution is going to have its own set of, challenges and opportunities.
So it's not just individual jobs being replaced. It's like a fundamental shift in how we work and live, right?
Yeah, it's about adapting to a world where AI is just kind of woven into everything we do.
Man.
And that means being open to learning new skills, embracing new ways of working,
Yeah.
maybe even rethinking, like, what work even means.
That's a lot to process. It really is.
It is. It's a lot.
It feels like we're like standing on the edge of something huge, but it's hard to see the whole picture yet.
Well, that's the nature of disruptive technology, right?
Yeah.
We're in uncharted territory,
Sure.
but we're not powerless here.
That's a good point.
We have a say in how this tech develops, how it impacts society.
Absolutely. We need to keep having those conversations
you?
about ethics, making sure it's developed responsibly, and putting in those safeguards to prevent misuse.
All that.
It's a big responsibility.
It is. But, I do think those conversations are happening more and more,
Okay, that's good.
which is a good sign.
For sure.
But, for the average person listening to this, it can still feel kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely.
So any advice for what people can do, like right now, to get involved?
Yeah, good question.
Well, first of all, tuning into this is a great step.
Awesome.
Keep learning, stay curious, ask questions.
Yeah.
You could explore what Anthropic is doing, see what Claude can do.
Right.
Maybe even try out the public beta.
That's a great point. It's easy to feel like these big tech changes are totally out of our control.
Yeah.
But actually getting your hands dirty with the tech itself,
Right.
that can be really empowering.
Absolutely.
The more we understand how AI works, the better we can navigate the changes it brings.
Couldn't agree more.
And maybe even shape those changes for the better.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered the potential impacts on jobs and the economy.
Yeah.
But there's another aspect of this whole AI thing that we really need to talk about.
Oh, yeah. And especially now that it can actually interact with the real world.
You're talking about security, right?
Yeah. Huge. Yeah.
Making sure an AI like this doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Absolutely. We have to be incredibly careful about how this power is used and who has access to it.
It's kind of a scary thought, right? Giving an AI access to our computers like that?
No doubt about it. The security risks are a big deal.
I mean, think about all the stuff we keep on our computers.
It's everything.
Banking info, personal files, private conversations. It's all just sitting there.
And potentially accessible if someone figures out how to exploit this tech.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like we're opening up a whole new level of vulnerability.
Cybersecurity is going to be absolutely crucial. There's no way around it.
So what does that look like? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Well, we've already touched on prompt injection.
Right. Sneaking in malicious code.
Exactly. But there are other threats too, like data poisoning, where hackers mess with the AI's training data.
Oh, wow. So they can actually corrupt how the AI makes decisions.
Potentially, yeah, it's a whole new ballgame.
So how do we even begin to protect ourselves in this wild west of AI?
It's going to take a multi-layered approach for sure.
Right.
Developers need to build in really strong security measures right from the start.
And then companies need to have those tight access controls, monitoring systems, all that.
Exactly, and individuals need to step up their own cybersecurity game too.
So it's on all of us, basically.
It really is. We all have a role to play here.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
A little scary at times, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the future's always a little bit of both, right?
True. But this AI stuff, it's moving so fast, it feels like the future is here now.
It kind of is.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Oh, totally.
But one thing's for sure, things are about to get really interesting.
Can you say that again?
So, to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this wild ride. Stay curious, stay informed.
And stay safe out there.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.